My mother died today. It is the 3rd of May 2020. She is 97 years old. I have had premonitions of her dying for the last 70 of those years, on occasions hearing her calling my name in the night. But last night she was silent, and today she crept under the radar of my forebodings. Many are succumbing to COVID-19, but my mother hasn't died of any virus. 2 days ago she complained of a bad pain in her head and fell almost immediately into unconsciousness. My sister, who lives with her, and her daughter, who lives round the corner, were quickly by her bedside. My brother and I are locked down in Portishead and London, respectively, and have been unable to get to Manchester to see her. Quietly and unobtrusively, she drifts out of this world altogether. This was always her chosen way of going, without fuss or notice. I don't know whether she'd have wanted us to be with her. Given her bodily compunctions, probably not, but she would definitely not have wanted us to take any risks getting there. I am upset that the pain she complained of was in her head. She feared for her head. I too, when I was small, feared for her head. As a young woman she suffered migraines so badly that when she went to bed with her hands over her eyes, I was afraid she would not survive the night. Ours was a mental relationship. It was our heads that joined us. I dread dying with the pain in mine. We'd spoken on the phone a few days before she died, and but for my having to repeat everything I said twice, 3 times if it was a joke, we'd had a good conversation. At the beginning of the year, when the virus was first mentioned, she had expressed surprise I was taking elaborate precautions. "Oh, Howard, you aren't worrying about that, are you?" As though she hadn't schooled me to prepare for eventualities undreamed of either by the wildest dystopians or the most minute obsessives. The day I left home to go to university, she'd reminded me to take enough toilet paper. "What, for 3 years? Until you settle in?" "I think Cambridge will have toilet paper," I said, but I took a roll just in case. Yet now that we really did have to contend with a calamity equal to her anxieties, she had turned perversely carefree. Oh, Howard! It was like having Mr. Micawber for a mother. 1 minute sunk in the deepest gloom, facing imminent catastrophe, the next sitting up on the back of a coach, cheerfully eating chestnuts out of a paper bag. Had she not been 97 and bedridden, I might have imagined her doing cartwheels. By the time of our final conversation, however, she had rethought and was back to her old apocalyptic self. "I've worked out what this virus is up to," she told me. "It won't be happy until it's taken everyone and everything." After which she moved on seamlessly to cheese. I'd been sending her gifts of mature cheddar cheese because we all like mature cheddar cheese in our family, ideally grilled on toast, and because she can't eat chocolates and doesn't much care for flowers. This cheddar grills especially well. "But I don't want you to send me more," she insisted. "It must be costing you a fortune." I told her I could afford it. Her reasoning wasn't always easy to follow, but I thought I could see what led her to ask next how my book was going. "OK. What is it again?" "A memoir." "What's it about?" "Me, Ma, what do you think?" She sounded concerned. "Is that a good idea?" "Probably not." "What about you?" Was she worrying I'd write about my failed marriages, the bad job I'd made of being a father, the friends I'd let down, my gift for unhappiness, her? About how I became a writer. "You were always a writer." "I know, but I was 40 before I wrote anything." "You couldn't have been." "Well, I was." "I don't believe that." "Well, it's true." "So what was stopping you?" That's one of the questions I'm asking in my memoir, but the short answer is being Jewish. "Being Jewish? Oh, you aren't going to be horrible, are you?" I hope not. After all, if it was being Jewish that held me back, it was being Jewish that got me going. I have said her reasoning took unexpected turns, but what she said next soared into the realms of the fantastical. She told me she loved me. I'm ashamed to say I roared with laughter. "Ma," I said, "that's not the kind of thing we say to each other." And it wasn't. Love talk was not us. "Well, I do love you," she said. I should have known then that she was dying. I'd laughed, but I was overwhelmed by feelings I didn't recognize.